Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Bryant with SFOT Source, your premier unofficial guide to Six Flags Over Texas. We're back at Six Flags Over Texas, and today is the beginning of July 4th Fest. Now this yearly event, it only runs for a few days. It did run a little bit longer last year, but now they've kind of condensed it down from July 3rd to July 6th. So we're actually going to head out into the park, show you everything related to the event that you can participate in over the next few days, and we'll show you what attractions have exclusive ride time, how to get that exclusive ride time, where the foam party will be taking place, where you can get some specialty food, all those kinds of things. And I also hear there are some other crazy things happening around the park that we'll have to check out. So first off, we'll kind of give you a guide to July 4th Fest, then we'll move on to all of the other updates happening around the park. Let's go. The first thing you'll notice when you walk through security is all of this July 4th related banner and balloon situation. So just a nice little entrance into the park, getting you ready for the event. So right inside a front gate where you scan your ticket or your membership or your pass, they've utilized the fact that they keep Christmas lights up all year and have made them red, white, and blue, which I guess is better than what it could be. And of course you have your giant blow-up eagle, all of your bunting around here, and I do love all of the flowers around the front here as well, but those have been here all year, but they certainly stand out with all of this red, white, and blue decor. So from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. each day, if you bring an unopened Coke product, you get ERT on Silver Star Carousel up here at the front. You wind around into the Mexico section, and you'll also get exclusive ride time here on El Sombrero, right in front of us up here. And then of course some of the Spain attractions, which I will show you right now. So the rest of your morning exclusive ride time includes La Fiesta de las Tazas, La Vibora, which is the bobsled roller coaster. It probably would have included Conquistador if Conquistador was functioning, but then you also get exclusive ride time in the morning on El Diablo. So if you want to get here early, bring an unopened can of Coca-Cola or one of the Coca-Cola products, and you'll be able to get into the morning exclusive ride time. So as you walk across the floor, you'll see all of these Coca-Cola Cool Zone signs, and as we walk towards Bugs Bunny Boomtown, there is an actual banner here on Speedy Gonzalez's Trucking Across America, which shows you the Coca-Cola Cool Zone and Foam Dance Party is at 2, 4, 6, and 8 at the Gotham City stage. And what do we have up here? Looks like we have an advertisement for the Splash Water Parade. Let's go check it out. So here's one of our Splash Water Parade floats. As you can see, kind of a steampunk type of deal going on. We've got the Splash Water Parade logo, and I can only imagine that there will be water shooting out of all of these hoses that you can see have open ends on them. And let's just kind of keep looking around the front. Looks like we have one huge nozzle that someone's going to be able to aim wherever they want here at the front. So I think you guys are definitely guaranteed to get wet when this parade does begin later this month. I did stop off in Looney Tunes Mall here for a second because I do want to buy one of these Aquaman gradient lanyards. I really love these lanyards. I know they're very simple, but I like the color situation. So this is what I will use to carry my Diamond Elite Pass now. So here's the Looney Tunes Mall where I purchased that lanyard. It ended up being $269 with tax with my Diamond Elite discount. And as you can see, we come through the USA section, more of the balloon, 4th of July balloon situation. And then they do have a sign here on Studio 6F explaining that the fireworks take place every night, July 3rd through the 6th at 9:45. So here in front of the old entrance to Aquaman Splashdown is a July 4th themed booth, but it doesn't have anything in it, so I don't really know what's going on here. I guess we'll have to keep going and see what these are for. So here in front of Justice League Battle for Metropolis, you do have a couple photo ops here, as well as other decor, some banners, balloons. But the more important thing to see is that there is a special viewing area with seating for members. I'm not really sure how this works. It's probably a first come, first serve type of situation. So this is a reserved area for every member level to view the fireworks. And I'll show you guys another viewing option for Diamond and Diamond Elite members later on. as you enter Boomtown from Pandemonium here in USA, you can see that there is a booth with some pina coladas, mangonada smoothies, all kinds of other awesome sweet treats. There is a booth over here selling some July 4th merchandise. It's just the stuff that we've shown you in the gift shops before. Another booth which looks like it's going to have some kind of barbecue, but it is pretty much non-existent. They did put a register in there, which is interesting. So I guess this right here is a photo op. And as you wind around this way, we have the roasted corn stand that has roasted corn, loaded sweet potatoes. There's no pricing just readily available on any of this stuff other than I think the beer stand over here. So they all have all kinds of craft beers at this stand right here, and it does say $5 up on the sign there, so you can pick up a craft beer here for $5. But there are empty booths all around. You can see right here we've got an empty booth. I don't know what's going to be in here, if anything, at this point, because the event has started. So right in front of Mini Mine Train we have more empty food booths. It's pretty safe to say that the All-American Food Festival, which I thought was fantastic last year, isn't existent, and that's just kind of typical here, unfortunately. So do something awesome for 1 year, find a reason to not do it again, and don't do it again. So luckily you do have some vendor options out here, but you are going to have to pay full price for that food if you want it. And we will head into Gotham City here in a second to see what they have available in that area. But first, I want to head down towards the tower section to talk about one other perk they have for the July 4th Fest. So we headed down to the tower area where Oil Derrick is, and one other perk that they have presented this year is that if you are a Diamond or Diamond Elite member, you can go up the Oil Derrick and actually watch the fireworks from there, which that's pretty awesome. Honestly, that's a really great perk for those 2 membership levels. And of course this all depends on weather, because as you guys know, this ride's very moody in windy situations. So you can see here they do have a sign. Online it said you had to get here at 9 p.m. The first 100 people get to go up the tower. They were also taking reservations online, so I don't know how that coincides with itself, because that seems like it could become a mess pretty quickly. And it doesn't look like there's any kind of signage around this way, so definitely something worth checking out. I would definitely check it out if y'all are interested and you're going to be here that late for the fireworks. So we made our way back from the tower section. We're going over the railroad tracks near Boomtown Depot, and we're gonna head up this way towards Judge Roy Scream, just so I can point something important out to you guys. And that important thing is that Judge Roy Scream is closed during July 4th Fest. The reason being because they shoot fireworks actually off from the back area of Judge Roy Scream, and you can see here they do have signage up for that if you guys want to come check it out yourself. So no Judge Roy Scream, kind of expected. That is what happened last year. Now let's head over into Gotham City to see what's going on. So as we come into the newer area of Gotham City, they have the Coca-Cola Cool Zone, and they do have the foam party that happens here at Gotham City Stage. So you can see they're playing a game right now, and basically, okay, so you're winning Coca-Cola shades if you can do this. So they do have multiple games throughout the day. It's very loud over here, like unnecessarily loud. But yeah, there it is. All right, she got her Coca-Cola shades. So the other thing they have over here, is Coca-Cola Samples. If you will also bring the spoon back for me, so we can a photo op like you're riding a Coca-Cola roller coaster. So that's pretty fun. All right, you ready? Looks like they have all kinds of different Coke samples here for you to try. And this really looks like it's about it for back here. But we will have to stick around and see what this foam party is all about. I do want to point out that if you wind around to the side of this booth, they have free samples of Dippin' Dots floats made with Coca-Cola. That's pretty awesome. I like that. Thank you, Coke. As we cross over into the older part of Gotham City, they do have this big Six Flags Coca-Cola photo op, and there are people out here handing out wristbands. I can only assume that these wristbands are for the nighttime ERT on all of the Gotham City attractions. For those of you wondering how you get your wristband, you gotta find one of these folks with the July 4th Fest shirts on. They'll get those wristbands out to you, and you can enjoy exclusive ride time in Gotham City during, or I should say after the fireworks. Oh my gosh! You guys can see here, they're doing the foam party here at Gotham City Stage. They've got some new elements of foam now. It's a lot thicker, more exciting. I'm gonna try to keep my camera out of it because it's terrifying. Oh geez. But this looks really fun. They do this multiple times a day as well. So even from this angle back here, you can see there's a substantially larger amount of foam than there was last year, which I guess is a positive. You definitely need something to cover you while you're in this super hot, unshaded area of the park. Alright y'all, now that we've given you the July 4th Fest updates, we're gonna kind of jump right into the normal park updates because there is lots of stuff going on. Of course, if you have any questions about July 4th Fest, you can do one of two things. You can ask us questions in the comments below, or you can go to our July 4th Fest guide at SFOT Source. It has tons of information, everything that I explained to you now, plus times and ways to do all of the fun activities. So our first stop, now that we're done with July 4th Fest activities, is Chop 6. I'm here in the covered air-conditioned area. I did get the orange chicken and the chow mein. We haven't tried the chow mein in a while, so let's give it a shot. Where are you going, little buddy? Don't fall off the side. Don't do it. Don't do it. You have so much worth living for. So our Chop 6 fortune for today is don't let friends impose on you. That's right, you hear that, friends? You hear that? Also, the food was great today, and the chow mein has definitely improved, and the orange chicken has improved big time. I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna wind around towards the Texas section to take a look at the former Lone Star Theater site, see what they've got going on over there. Over here where the former Lone Star Theater was, they have kind of finished up the floor work. You can see they've poured this level concrete and this blacktop to kind of even out down to the original, and this is a level piece of floor, but there's no plumbing or anything, so maybe it'll be a haunted house, like a permanent building for a haunted house. That would be pretty awesome. So since we started this video in the Chop 6 eating area, we're actually going to kind of backtrack back towards the front, but before we do that, I am going to head to the Texas Giant gift shop, see if we have any nano coasters available. There are no nano coasters in here yet, so curious to know really when those are going to come. But you can get your patriotic beach towel here, and all members get half off. It is important to note that due to some construction happening on the other side of the park, the Johnson Creek station to get on the Six Flags Railroad is closed, and the Six Flags Railroad itself is closed, and we will get to that construction here in just a little bit. We wound back up here in the Mexico section, and it's important to note that here next to El Mercado there is a Flash Pass online redemption booth. They aren't open today, but they are. It does look like they're still actively trying to ease those Flash Pass lines, because as you know, if we go around the corner here towards front gate, we will see a second booth where you can get your skip the line passes. It is important to note that with all of the Circle K locations we have in this area, if you take your souvenir bottle there, you do get some kind of special low price on refills. Of course, they're not going to put the price on here. So, and as we wind around the corner here in USA past All-American Cafe and Studio 6F, you will see that the landscape has changed quite a bit, as there is a humongous fence around the Aquaman Splashdown perimeter. And I'll try to give you guys kind of an idea of the extent of this fence, because the extent is extensive, if I can say so myself. You can see Aquaman up there, still main structure intact. You can see that they have marked on the floor where this needs to go, and it's gonna be here for a minute. They have put these into the ground, so looks like Daffy Duck Bucket Blasters is still open, and the fence will go along over there. We're not gonna come quite this way yet. We will hit it from this way over here because we do want to walk around the front of Aquaman. I did want to take a moment to point out the fact that the Wi-Fi is now available here at Six Flags. So you will go to your Wi-Fi settings and try to connect. Maybe it's going to connect. We'll just put the Jeopardy music in right here. I'm not so sure about this now. I have ended up with a no internet connection status on this Wi-Fi, and this is over by All American Cafe, the eating area. So maybe we'll move to a different section and see if we can get it functioning. And you can see from this angle that this construction fence line extends all the way down the front facing area of Aquaman Splashdown. So pretty serious stuff we got going on. And here's just another angle of that construction fence. You can see that the main ride structure way over here is still pretty much standing as is. So we can expect some pretty extensive things to start happening here pretty quick. So over here next to Majestic Theater, you can see that this fence line wraps all the way around here and blocks you off right over at Cloud Bouncer. So Cloud Bouncer is closed while this project's taking place, and the Six Flags Railroad is closed, which leads me to my point that Boomtown Depot over here is also not going to be operating. So we'll have to see what the timeline is on this. I do think if they're ripping this ride out, it is going to be a pretty extensive length of time. As we walk up towards the entrance to Judge Roy's Scream, you can see that this fence cuts you off completely, so the pathway to Bugs Bunny Boomtown from here is completely blocked off with the construction fences. Alright, so now that we're over by Judge Roy's Scream, the Wi-Fi appears to be working. Looks like all you have to do is put in your email address and you're good to go, so it does seem a little shoddy. I will connect to it and we'll see how quick it's going. So now that we're connected, we'll just kind of go around sfotsource.com. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty quick, so not too bad so far. I would go to social media, but Facebook has been acting up today. Everything seems to be loading pretty quickly, so not too bad at all. So the other thing worth noting is that the Majestic Theater lobby is now a Diamond and Diamond Elite Six Flags member lounge. So your entrance is over here, the exit is on this side, and we will head in there right now and I'll show you guys what we've got going on. So this has some lovely air conditioning. You can see that some of the tables have charging ports for your mobile devices. And yep, there is USB and just regular Edison plug on there. And then of course you can pick up some snacks while you're in here. They do have misting fans and souvenir cup bags, and you can get drink refills while you're in here. So also have some lanyards, which is nice. Pretty awesome little setup they have going on in here. As you can see, quite a bit of seating area available and very cool. That member lounge is completely worth it. I am not sweaty anymore, and that's all someone could ask for. So as you can see here at Harley Quinn Spin Sanity, they have put the perimeter fencing back up on the ride. So that is a good sign. Hopefully this thing is going to be opening pretty soon. Definitely not open today though, and probably not this weekend. So we can now confirm 4 parade floats. We have this dragon. I'm hoping he has a goofy face, you can't tell. We have Derpy Turtle over here, which that's pretty hilarious. And then we had the steampunk one that you guys saw earlier in the video, and then the dog one that we showed you the last time we were out here, which I'll try to show that to you guys again. And from this angle you can kind of see the dog float with the fire hydrant. Looks like we've got 4 parade pieces so far. So we came back around to the Old South area, back to the Smith Street Ice Cream Parlor for our snack, and I got a scoop of the Blue Monster. Also shout out to the awesome crew in there. Said they watch my videos. Thank you guys very much. As I'm on my way out, they do have some live entertainment here at the Silver Star Carousel stage. There's not really any details on what's going on up here, but I would suspect that they have something going on every day of the July 4th Fest and probably throughout the summer. Alright y'all, that's going to do it for this trip to Six Flags over Texas. As you can see, I am back in the car trying to get the AC going because it is hot, hot, hot out here. So if y'all are heading out here, you know, this summer during July 4th Fest, make sure you put on sunscreen. I'm not sunburnt, I promise. Make sure y'all drink tons of water because you're gonna need it. You don't wanna be feeling bad while you're out here. So one thing I can say, the big selling point for me for July 4th Fest was the All-American Food Festival that they did last year. I thought it was fantastic. The food was pretty awesome, and you could buy the punch card and go around and get all of the food. Now that they don't have that, I'm not particularly interested in this event. You can see fireworks anywhere, and they do have exclusive ride time events throughout the year. So other than the Coca-Cola happenings over in Gotham City, I feel like it's kind of a huge scale back when really you should have gone in the opposite direction. If y'all are looking for a food festival, they are doing it at Fiesta, Texas again this year. And if you go to sfftsource.com, I'll put that link in the description. We have the whole food lineup, how you buy a sampler pass, what's included, everything that's available for their food festival. So I'm not going to tell y'all not to come to July 4th Fest. I am very glad that they're doing fireworks and all of this special event stuff. I just wanted to let you guys know my honest opinion of, you know, the fact that the thing I look forward to the most are things like food festivals and just things that I can't do throughout the rest of the year, because, you know, most of the stuff at this event you can do throughout the rest of the year other than getting sprayed with a foam cannon. Otherwise, a very pleasant visit here to Six Flags over Texas. Food service was great, as it has been the last handful of times we came. The new Diamond Elite Members Lounge is great. I love that perk that they've added. And the Wi-Fi, it works for the most part. We had a little bit of trouble, but when it did work, it was very functional and very nice. So that's an awesome upgrade for every guest that visits the park. We're gonna have to keep you guys updated on what's going on with Aquaman. It looks like things are gonna progress pretty quickly. I'd be curious to know in the comments below what y'all think is coming to that little section of the park. As we've talked about before, we are participating in another Coasting for Kids fundraiser at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas later this month. I've put a link to mine and Hilda's fundraiser in the description below. Please consider donating money for this great cause to help these critically ill children. And if you guys have any questions about it at all, please feel free to ask in the comments. I'd love to know what y'all want to see around the park when we come out here, because we'll try to really cover things that y'all want to see this summer if we get enough, you know, interest in that idea. We thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you soon.